It's time for Medford Rogues baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues baseball. Calling all the action tonight, here's Jonathan Kerman.
Thank you all for joining us. I am Jonathan Kerman. You are listening to Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. We're in Marysville for Game 2 of a 3-game series between your Medford Rogues and the Marysville Gold Sox. Your Rogues won 2-1 last night in a thriller. A little bit of housekeeping from last night. Didn't have the number of the pitcher who eventually would earn the save in that game. Pitcher was wearing number 14. Which is Jordan Reagan's number. However, Jordan Reagan is at home nursing a sore elbow. The actual pitcher who earned that save last night, on just one pitch, mind you, but a save is a save, Taylor Frost. So for those of you scoring at home, Taylor Frost earned that save yesterday for the Medford Rogues. It is hot here in Marysville. Just like yesterday, we have a 105-degree first pitch weather report. Pretty significant turnout for a Tuesday and in triple-degree weather here in Marysville. Always great to see fans out here. Your starting pitcher tonight for the Medford Rogues, Ashland's own Jamie Flynn. I caught up with Jamie a little earlier, and we talked about two of the most important things in this life, baseball and breakfast. Jamie, you're getting the start tonight. You've had some experience in relief. You've had some experience starting. How is it different preparing for a start versus preparing to come on in relief?
Well, preparing for a start for me is a lot like something that we talked about actually last night, which was, a lot of guys care about what their walk-up songs are. And for me, it's not a big deal, but I think that for me, what made sense was that some guys love to have the walk-up songs that gets them really pumped up for maybe an inning and gets their juices flowing and the blood rushing to, and getting going. And so for me, I want something when I'm starting to be more mellow and something that I can prolong for a long period of time and not exert that energy in the first inning. So it's definitely an adjustment coming out of the bullpen versus now trying to make a start, my second one for the Rogues. But at the same time, I think I've done it my whole life. And so as long as I keep up the championship level hydration all the time and continue taking care of my body the 5 days in between, I think we'll be fine.
For those of you at home following along on the Rogues Twitter, you saw Jamie Flynn eating breakfast at the hotel. Jamie, what's your favorite breakfast food?
My favorite breakfast food is probably hash browns, just solely. But I think that overall, I'd rather mix that with some sunny side up eggs or some over easy, the runny eggs, kind of mix those together, get them going. But if we were at home, I think that I would definitely succumb to eating some of Mama Flynn's biscuits and gravy. That's probably one of my favorite meals. And I've missed that being out on the East Coast and being back home. I've definitely had her make that a couple of times. And so I'd love to have that, but now we're out on the road. We make do with what we can.
What is your approach on the mound? Are you trying to go after hitters? Are you trying to make a miss? What's the game plan for you?
My game plan, I'd say my approach, John, is that something that Coach Coronado always preaches in our after-game meetings when we do our early work is to just move up, down, in, and out, and keep the hitters mixed up. And it doesn't necessarily mean I have to show them my slider and my changeup early. It means that my fastball needs to be in those locations. And if your fastball is in 4 different locations on each side of the plate and up and down, those are 4 different pitches essentially. So if I can show them that and then come in the second time through the lineup and show them the off speed, that's definitely a recipe for success. And I'd say any starter would be very happy to have that every game, but that's not necessarily what happens. So you go out and grind the best you can. And if you have to show it early, you battle and try to get as many innings as you can for the squad. So the bullpen doesn't have to work as hard. It's a long season, and the bullpen needs to be fresh and healthy, and I know that from a bullpen standpoint. And so I do my best to try to go as deep in a ball game as I possibly can.
All right. Thanks so much, Jamie.
Sure. Thanks, John. I appreciate it. It's good being on the road with you.
So that was Jamie Smith, your starting pitcher tonight. Valley Immediate Care is a proud sponsor of our Rogues broadcast team. Valley Immediate Care has locations in both North and South Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, and Brookings, offering urgent care, occupational health, physicals, laser services, and more. Head to valley-ic.com for more information. Now time for the Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report. We have 3 on the report today. Pitcher Liam Kent is nursing some sore ribs. Pitcher DJ Wilson is nursing a sore shoulder. And as we all know, Jordan Reagan is sitting at home, assumedly in his air-conditioned living room, playing Rocket League, nursing a sore elbow. We're just a few minutes from getting underway here in Marysville. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with the starting lineups. You are listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on medfordrogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. I'm Jonathan Kerman on the call. Your starting lineups will start with your Medford Rogues. Leading off, shortstop Braden Stutzman. Batting second baseman Jaden Hanna. Batting third, Eric Yang, the designated hitter. In the cleanup spot, catcher Alex Isola. Batting fifth, first baseman Dante Gutierrez. Batting sixth, center fielder Connor Lowry. Batting seventh is Jake Helwig, who will be in his normal position in right field. Batting eighth, third baseman Josh Berman. And rounding out the order, left fielder Caleb Smith. Your Rogues will be facing Cole Van Den Helder. That's 4 names for you. Cole Van Den Helder. Out of San Diego, California, committed to play to University of Oregon next year. He's a 6'1", 205-pound right-hander. The defensive alignments for the Marysville Gold Sox is as follows. At first base is Brock Efan. At second base, Devin Pettengill. At shortstop, Jason Dicochia. At third base, Sam Leach, who you remember was the starting pitcher for the Gold Sox last night. In left field, Bo McClintock. In center, Justin Cooney Silk. And in right field, Tanner Seibel. So we're just a couple minutes away from getting underway here in Marysville. And just like yesterday, 105 degrees at first pitch. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on the Medford Rogues live stream. Hello, Laura. So glad to have you with us. I spent most of the day today downloading new music for you guys, so let me know if you like it. Let me know what you like, what you don't. It's very easy for me to just get rid of a song. You never have to hear it again. And I mentioned it earlier in the broadcast yesterday, rather. If you know of anyone who's in a local band, if you're in a local band and you want your music featured on the broadcast, send us an email with some songs. We would love to have some local talent here on the broadcast. So just something to think about. We're here at Colusa Casino Stadium, Game 2 between the Marysville Gold Sox and the Medford Rogues. Dimensions of the ballpark, 325 down the left and right field foul poles, 410 in the power alleys to left and right center, and the fence here at Harry and David Field, the home run fence, is tall. Easily 15, 20 feet high, I would say, from out here. So a big ballpark, but we have seen our fair share of home runs here. Makes it really all the more impressive. These kids are doing it in huge parks with really tall ceilings. And, oh, by the way, they're using wood bats. Then we're just about ready to get underway. Braden Stutzman is walking up to start things off for your Medford Rogues. Stutzman, the left-handed hitter, joined the team just a couple of days ago, still looking for his first hit. Stutzman walked in the third inning of last night's game and would eventually come around to score what would be the deciding run. Braden Stutzman waiting at the dish. Here comes Vanden Helden. That first pitch swung on and fouled back off the third base side. Count is 0-1. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Avista. Serving Medford since 1906, Avista has created opportunities, sparked imagines, and fueled innovation. Today, as we celebrate more than a century of service, the folks at Avista are committed as ever to helping the communities they serve to grow and prosper. That pitch by Braden Stutzman is hit to the shortstop, Devin Pettingill, who fires over to first baseman Brock Efan in time to retire Stutzman for the first out of the ballgame. Stepping in now to the batter's box, second baseman Jaden Hanna. Top of the first, one out. Just getting underway here. An identical day to yesterday, 105 degrees. Shadows will start to play a factor in the next couple innings. That first pitch by Hanna is swung on, fouled back off the third base side, out of play. Left fielder Bo McClintock giving chase, but no chance. Your Medford Rogues are 13-6 coming into today's ball game. The Gold Sox are 6-12. Here's the next pitch to Hanna. High and outside, ball one. Count is even at one apiece. Waiting on deck, the Rogues' hottest hitter so far. Only played in 2 games, but it's been 5 for 7. That's Eric Yang. Hanna's at the dish right now, though. The next pitch to Hanna, fouled back. Count is 1-2. Just getting underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium in sunny, hot, dry Marysville. Here's the pitch. That ball is taken for a ball by Hanna. Good eye. Counts even 2-2. One out, top of the first inning. No score yet. Just getting underway. Hanna waits for the pitch. Here it comes. That one's inside. And he runs the count full. 3-2. Here's the next pitch to Hanna. That one is hit sharply up the middle. That's going to fall for a hit. And Jaden Hanna has himself a single. So a runner on. Stepping up, designated hitter Eric Yang.
Designated hitter number 32, Eric Yang.
Eric Yang is swinging a hot bat, even hotter than the weather outside right now. He's 5 for 7 with 2 doubles, a run, and an RBI in just 2 games. Jaden Hanna at first. Here's the first pitch to Yang. That one is taken for a strike, 0-1. And you see that Josh Hogan believes that this is legit. He has Eric Yang batting in the third spot. I'm inclined to believe him. Next pitch is swung on, hit softly to the shortstop, Jason DiCochea. Fires it over to second in time, over to first in time to double up Eric Yang. So that'll do it for the Medford Rogues. Eric Yang grounds out to the 6-4-3 double play. No score here, just getting underway at Colusa Casino Stadium. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com. I am Jonathan Kerman on the call. This broadcast is brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Right-hander Jamie Flynn out of Ashland on the mound tonight for your Medford Rogues. Here's the defensive alignment for your Rogues. Catching Jamie Flynn tonight is Alex Isola. Third base, Josh Berman. At short, Braden Stutzman. Second base, Jaden Hanna. At first, Dante Gutierrez. In the outfield, in left field is Caleb Smith. In center is Connor Lowry. And over in right is Jake Helwig. Batting order for the Marysville Gold Sox, leading off Devin Pettengill, who in Game 1 of this series led off the game with a double and would eventually score the lone run for the Gold Sox. Batting second, center fielder Justin Cooney Silk. Batting third, Darren Dahl, the DH. Batting in the cleanup spot, Brock Efan. Batting fifth, Bo McClintock. Batting sixth, Sam Leach, who you will remember pitched against these Rogues just last night. Was in a real duel with Dylan Pierce. Both Pierce and Leach pitched admirably last night. After Leach is the shortstop Jason DiCochea. Batting eighth, Tom Fuller, the catcher, and rounding out the lineup for the Marysville Gold Sox is the right fielder Tanner Seibel. So stepping in is Devin Pettengill. Here's the first pitch from Flynn. Down and in, ball one. Pettengill, a product of Yuba City, California. Plays for UC Irvine during the fall. Next pitch to him is down. 2 balls, no strikes. Jamie Flynn getting the sign from Alex Isola, and he comes home. That ball's outside. So 3-0 now to Devin Pettengill. And as we saw last night, Pettengill has some wheels. Here's the next pitch from Flynn. That's a called strike. 3-1 the count to Devin Pettengill. Flynn comes set. Here's the pitch. Pettengill shows bunt, lets it go by. It's a called strike, and the count is full, 3-2. Bottom of the first inning, no score, just getting underway here at Colusa Casino Stadium on another hot evening here in Marysville. Jamie Flynn on the mound. Here's the full count pitch. Swung on, hit to the shortstop, Braden Stutzman, who bobbles it, and it's going to get away from him. That's going to be an error on Braden Stutzman. It was a sharp hit ball by Devin Pettengill.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now batting for your Marysville Gold Sox.
So that'll bring up Justin Cooney Silk. Thank you, James and Frank, for joining us on the live stream. Always great to see the regulars, and I don't believe I've seen you on the chat before, Frank, so welcome. So Pettengill at first, Cooney Silk at the plate. Jamie Flynn comes sets now, fires. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Thank you for checking in, April. It's a very cute dog you have there on your profile picture. I have two at home, actually, a beagle and a mutt mix. She's a rescue. It's the sweetest thing. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Cooney Silk. Flynn fires. That one's outside. Count is even, 1 apiece. Cooney Silk, out of La Quinta, California, plays for Menlo College. Left-handed batter, stands in at 5'10", 185. Jamie Flynn checks the runner over at first, now sets, fires, comes home. That pitch way outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. Game 2 of a 3-game series between your Medford Rogues and the Marysville Gold Sox. Here's the pitch from Flynn. That one is taken for a ball, so 3-1 now the count to Justin Cooney Silk, the designated hitter Darryl Dahl on deck. Flynn gets the sign from Isola, comes home. That pitch is just outside. And so a walk will put 2 runners on for Marysville with nobody out in the bottom of the first inning, And that'll bring up Darryl Dahl, the DH.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get real loud for your designated hitter tonight from down the road in Roseville, California. Attending Yuba College, number 11, Darryl Dahl.
Darryl Dahl, the left-handed batter out of Roseville, California, just down the road, plays for Yuba College. Jamie Flynn and Alex Isola having a quick conversation. Now everyone's set. Devin Pettengill at second, Justin Cooney Silk at first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning, no score here at Colusa Casino Stadium. Jamie Flynn checks the runner at second, now comes home. Pitches outside, ball 1. The weather is not letting up here in Marysville. 105 degrees. And I was talking to the guys on the bus ride over, asking them how did it feel playing in that heat. Flynn looks back at second. Long look back at second. Now comes home. That pitch is taken for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. Spoke with Caleb Smith, who was out in center field yesterday, playing left field today. And he said that it actually wasn't that bad. There was only 1 inning where the sun felt really, really hot. So that's good to hear, I suppose. Of course, what does hot feel like when you're standing in 105-degree weather? Jamie Flynn sets. 1-1 the count. Now steps off the rubber, sending the runners back to second and first. Jamie Flynn twirling the ball in his hands, waiting for the sign from Alex Isola. Now sets, fires. That pitch is down and in. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. No outs here. Runners on first and second for Marysville here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Jamie Flynn sets, looks back at second, now comes home. Pitch is just low. Ball 3. Flynn steps off the mound, takes a second to collect himself. Wipes his hand on his jersey. You can only imagine the amount of sweat and perspiration these guys are going through right now. Well, we're all set. Jamie Flynn ready, looks back at second, now comes home. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, everyone. Didn't mean to blow any speakers. That was a called strike. Thank you for checking in, Don, from Texas. Bottom of the first, no outs, full count for Darryl Dahl. Runners at second and first. Here's the pitch from Flynn. That is just outside, and that loads the bases. So an error and back-to-back walks given up by the Rogues loads them for the first baseman, Brock Efan.
Hawaii, attending Lewis Clark State University, number 39, Brock Efan.
Nobody out, bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning, no score yet. And the shadows have started to creep out into the infield. The batter's box is now completely engulfed in shadows. We'll see if that makes it difficult for the hitters. Well, first pitch swinging by Brock Efan. It hits the center. Connor Lowry is there, makes the catch, but it should be deep enough to score. It is. Connor's throw is over to third base to hold the runner, and Marysville strikes first. Just like last game. The Gold Sox score 1 in the first inning. It's an unearned run. Pettingill reached on the error, but the run counts. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Bo McClintock.
Number 33, Bo McClintock.
Don't have any information on Bo McClintock. Everything is blanked out on Point Streak. I can tell you just by looking at him that he is a right-handed batter. Runners on first and second for the Rogues. First pitch swinging by McClintock down the first base line. Excuse me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now batting for your Gold Sox, number 33 still.
Sorry about that. I nearly choked to death. That was a foul ball down the first base side. So 0-1 the count to Bo McClintock. So glad you're here with us. So glad I'm here with you. Next pitch swinging. That one is hit to the first baseman. Squeezed by Gutierrez over to first. Not in time. A diving play by Gutierrez and both Gutierrez and Bo McClintock. Excuse me. Lack of oxygen making me tongue-tied. Everybody is safe. Everybody moves up 90 feet on that play. It was a sharply hit ground ball to the first baseman, Gutierrez, who got a glove on it. It dribbled away from him. He fired it over to Jimmy Flynn, who was covering first base, but Bo McClintock dove in head first at first base to get in safely. So the bases are still loaded. One out here in the bottom of the first inning, and that brings up Sam Leach, the third baseman, who pitched for these Gold Sox last night. First pitch to Leach is a called strike, 0-1. Flynn set, comes home, That pitch in the dirt, blocked nicely by Alex Isola. That could have been trouble. Alex Isola was quick on his feet. Keep that one in front of him. 2 balls and 1 strike the count. One and one the count, excuse me. Jamie Flynn getting the sign from Alex Isola. Spinning the ball in his hands. And Sam Leach will step out of the batter's box and take a second. So everyone steps back on the bag, and we're ready to do this again. Justin Cooney-Silk at third, Daryl Dahl at second, Bo McClintock at first. Here's the pitch. That ball is hit to the second baseman, Hannah. Hannah fires it over to the shortstop, Stutzman, who fires it over to Gutierrez, not in time to get Sam Leach. So a fielder's choice. They get the runner at second.
Ladies and gentlemen,
But the run comes across.
Number 24 from Redondo Beach, California, attending Santa Clara University. Shortstop number 24, Jason Daicochia.
And that'll bring up Jason Daicochia. It's a ground ball to the second baseman, Hannah, who fired it over to Stutzman at covering second base, over to Gutierrez in first. They ran it well. Sam Leach just ran better. Beat out the throw. So runners at the corners for the Gold Sox. 2 out now in the bottom of the first inning. That brings up the shortstop, Jason Daicochia. Daicochia batting 250, has a home run. First pitch is low, ball 1. Want to know the count to Jason Daicochia. Runners at the corners, 2-0. Gold Sox on top. On the pitch, Sam Leach ran. Got a great jump. Isola didn't even bother throwing down there. So Sam Leach steals second. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Gold Sox, but 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. Daicochia gets the pitch. It is a called strike. 2-1 the count. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, brought to you by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. Jamie Flynn is set. Comes to the hip, fires. Pitch in on the hands, ball 3. Three and 1 the count to Jason Daicochia. Flynn looks over, checks the runner at third, now comes home. That pitch is called a strike. Back pick the third baseman. Did he get him? Yes! What a great throw by Alex Isola to back pick Daryl Dahl, who was cheating on the third base line. So that will retire. That will retire the Gold Sox in the bottom of the first inning. They get 2 across, but strand 2. We head to the top half of the second inning. Gold Sox 2, your Rogues yet to score. You're listening to the Medford Rogues live stream, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Michael Newman and the Newman Group. We'll be back right after this.